So what's up, YouTube? It's been a while, been busy and everything, and sorry for the mess in the back. Been studying and everything, and trying to get everything going. But yeah, I guess this is the video for the week, whatever, for today. Because I haven't made a road video in a long time. So I decided I'd make one. I'm tired as hell. I worked hard for the money yesterday, as they may say. And yeah, so I hope everybody been doing good. Shout out to Cousin Q, everybody, Blue, Ron, all y'all. Thank y'all for watching the video if y'all watch it. And I know my videos are boring, you know. That's how a lot of times I just be like, I can't wait till this goes away. But anyway, doing good on my weight loss thing. No, super good, excited. Uh, Came in, I went to work yesterday, worked hard for the money. One thing about working overnights and doing inventory is that you have to move around a lot of things, a lot of heavy stuff, dog food and stuff like that. And doing dog food is like the workout of a lifetime because you got to move 30, 40, 50-pound bag. And me being me, I like to be Mr. Strong Dude and pick up both bags and put both on my shoulder and then carry one another shoulder. And oh, that. I got a bruise on my coworker threw a bottle of water and I didn't catch it and it caught right in my arm. I got a bruise for it. Fuck him up for that. But yeah, health things going good for me. I'm excited about that. Studying for the ACT tests. I want to get a good score on that to, get in a good college, get into Valpo. Life has been pretty cool. I can't complain, you know what I'm saying? I was watching the Scorpion show yesterday and he did a what's that called? A uh, a video. If you don't watch the Scorpions with Mikhail, Scorpion. I love watching them. They have like gossip, but they make the shit funny. You know, it's something that you go on YouTube and it's just hilarious to me. And super cool guys. Check them out if y'all want. And they was doing the things about the '90s, and you knew you grew up in the '90s, certain parts. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, I knew I grew up in the '90s because you grew up in the '90s, born in the '80s, grew up in the '90s. You know about Super Nintendo, NES, no, the Nintendo, the NES. You even know about Atari. I played Atari when I was young. Super NES, Nintendo 64, SNES. You had Sega Dreamcast. You had the Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn. Shit that you was a young one and you like, I want that, but your parents like, you wouldn't even know how much it costs. I wish I would have known. Maybe I looked that up one time. But I knew I was born in the black, especially in the black community. Growing up in the '90s with a black mother was terrifying sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, I love my mom, but she was the iron fist. If you fuck some shit up, she was gonna fuck you up, and that's how my mom was. Now she's very mellow today, but she was one of those. Like I remember, you go outside and play hide and go seek. Sometimes we play dirty hide and go seek and catch the girl and like that. And I need to grow my whole mustache back. I missed that. Why did I do that? Anyway, beard goatee. But I could shave my beard anyway. That's the best part about me. My beard grows back so fast. I shave it one under that. But yeah, that part of being, growing up in the '90s, and you fucked up, and you was gonna get that whooping when you got home, and that whooping was like, you come home, you like, I don't want to go home. Your eyes just be like, your mom get home, you just be like, oh my god, she's on her way home. You hear her walk in the door, and you hoping it's your uncle, or your grandma save you. Grandma wouldn't even save you because if you fucked up in school, your grandma would be like, oh, I ain't nothing I can do. And that's just how it was. And mom would come home. You want to pretend like you sleep, but then again, you don't want to pretend like you sleep because she come in there and she whip your ass with the belt while you're in the bed, and that's the most Actually, the thing about it is she'll whoop you right in front of your cousins and your sisters and your brothers, and you'll be the most embarrassed person in the world after that, you know. And yeah, I'm looking at my back. I'm like, damn, what did I clean up? But yeah, you'll be the most embarrassed person after that, you know. And then when your mother whoops you like you get prepared for it, and then it's like surgery. You know, you be like, okay, that's over with. I'm done with it. Just take my whooping, and I'm done with that. But you know you're on punishment. You know she's still mad at you, and that's the worst thing when your mother's mad at you or your father. And in this case, my mother, my father was never around, and man, she threatened you. Mother threatening people, and then she'll hit you, man, in the chat, and she'll dare you to fucking cry, knowing where that shit hurt and your feelings is hurt, and she'll dare you. She said, "Don't you cry." He said, "Cry. Watch what's gonna happen if you cry." And you try to hold it back so bad, and then you feel, and then here come the tears. You're trying to hold the tears back. It's like, oh, she don't see the tears. You trying to close your eyes like that, and that's gonna make the tears come down even more. And you know, you try not to cry. You know what I'm saying? You try not to, because you knew if you cried, she was gonna tear your ass up. And shit. But the only thing, besides the whooping part, you know, 90s, you had family time. Christmas time was the best. You know, for a lot of us. I ain't gonna lie. My uncle, who was amazing, spoiled us for Christmas. He never did have kids, so he spoiled us $1,000 of shit when it was Christmas, and Xboxes and PlayStations and games. And I appreciate it. And that was just too much. And I appreciate everything that he did. I think I won't be that way with my nieces, because like I love my nieces, but I'm not spending that type of money on them like that. TV shows in the 90s was so much better though. You know, coming home from school, elementary school, and you come home, sit down, and chill. And you got the Power Rangers, and you want to get home because the new episode of Power Rangers come on about 2:30, and you're like, yeah, I'm coming home. Get out, and then you'd be pissed because the Power Rangers just be going off, and there was no back then with no real internet. You had dial-up maybe. That's not coming into fruition. But before then, in '95, I think, and that came in '95 or something like that. Um, Before then, you ain't had shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't watch no reruns of it. They wasn't so reruns, but now you get older and you're like, oh, yeah, that's what I miss. Then they would show Batman. I used to get home and watch the Batman animated series, and that would be the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting there like, man, you know, Batman animated, like, and they had Poppy's World, Life by Louie. Then you could turn on Nickelodeon. Then they had a little sweepstakes when you used to send the postcards in the Nickelodeon, and the postcard to get you from Nintendo 64 when it came out, Super NES or whatever. And they had, you know, doing that, it was just like, you tried to win, but I used to be pissed off because I couldn't win. Then they had the Rugrats come on, all that. Uh, what else came on? Ren and Stimpy, which I didn't care too much for. Man, care too much for Ren and Stimpy. Salute Your Shorts. Then turn on Cartoon Network. You had the old Cartoon Network, when cartoon was really cartoon. Before you got what's that shit? Hannah Montana and all that shit. What was that? iCarly. I do watch iCarly sometimes with my nieces. Man, I used to watch that shit by myself. I ain't gonna even lie. And turn it over, and you know, Cartoon Network was real cartoons. You had Flintstones, Jetsons, Dexter Laboratory came out in the '90s. Cow and Chicken. uh, Courage the Cowardly Dog, which came out late '90s, something like that. It was good, man. I mean, I miss the '90s a lot, you know, and food was good. And that's why I gained a lot of my weight from in the '90s was food. You know what I'm saying? Grandmother baked and cooked, and now that I'm shedding all that '90s weight off. I was a big kid when I was in the '90s, and you know, like kid, but I was fast. I was like, you know, flash and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you see me, I'm going around the corner in a minute. You know, I see a dog. You know that month. You know, most kids, you know, my ass, that's gone. You know, I was being a dog. I used to be afraid of dogs, but now I love dogs. But you know, everything in the '90s seemed much more different. You know, like I said, we used to, like I said, go out and play. We played football in the streets instead of going down to the park because you know you got the gangbangs coming out at the park. So slide on your grandmother's shoes, you know, grandmother's church shoes and shit. And next thing you know, cousin, what the fuck is that? Who was that scooting across the pavement like that? That's her. I'm like, yo, pass the ball, son. You got on grandma's shoes? Yeah, y'all was gonna make me the offensive or defensive tackle. I don't want to be that. I want to be a playmaker. So I had to put on some shoes, and grandma's shoes was the one. Now I didn't feel like tying up the shoes and just playing out there, just playing in the street. But that was the fun part, you know, being able to stay out late at night and just playing with your friends until their parents called them home. And that was just a super cool part. You know, we used to go out to neighborhood kids, run, and play, you know, have our bikes. And I don't know, a lot of y'all who grew up in the 90s, if you grew up in a black neighborhood, you had the orange grenade juices, and then you would drink it and then crush it up, and then slip it in between the wheel of your bike, the bars of your bike between the back wheel, and that shit would just be gravy. Like I used to love that shit. Like that, you know, you think you had a little motorcycle running through, you know, and shit just going, and you're like, dang, and everybody had that shit hooked up on their bikes. That everybody thought they was shit coming out, popping wheelies and shit. And shit, I was so lazy when I was a big kid in the '90s. I was a lazy kid as well, and I didn't like small seats on my bike, so I took the exercise seat off another bike. That shit was about that wide on a bike, about small as hell, you know. And I'm like, my sister, God bless her though, and somehow I don't know how the sister, but I remember my sister was riding the bike, and I'm on the porch, and there was 2 houses over, and you could see over on the other side of the street going into the dead end. And I don't know how she lost control of the bike, but this is a van, right? This is the van, and that's all I seen. And she went back, and I was just dying. I'm sure another point, like, me and my sister used to argue all the time, so if you're a 90s kid, any type of kid, hey, you got a brother or sister, you know you used to argue. I'm just sitting there just dying. I feel like such a bad brother. I just feel like to that day she said I set up. I did. If I did, I had my reasons, but she was a pain in the ass. I love my sister. But yeah, it's like, you know, you grow up in the 90s. You know, a lot of other things, mother taking her bit, and I used to hate that because next thing you know, her face smell like ass. You know, and it's like, I'm like, Mom, why can't you came out of me? I can do what the fuck I want to do. Oh, please. Another thing, when you used to go to school, greased up, Vaseline. Your mama made sure she put Vaseline on her, but she put it all over. You'd be shiny as shit, like looking like you just dipped your face in somebody's big wet vagina and just came out a new person, a new baby. Ass out, and she'll take and if you don't know, I wish there was like that blue can of hair oil sheen spray, ISO or something. They still sell it, but my mother used to use that oil sheen spray and she'll spray it all over it, and you would smell it, and the whole room would just fog up. And that used to be fun. But I remember, I missed the '90s. Being able to play with your boys on video game, everything is all right now. The video games, we used to come to the house and play Dreamcast, PlayStation. My cousin would come over, we all just be playing. And we used to wrestle when we were in the backyard. We used to attempt to wrestle. I used to be Kevin Nash, and my cousin, he used to be Stone Cold. My other cousin used to be The Rock or Ken Shamrock sometime. Whichever day he was in bipolar. And my other little cousin, he was like Spike Dudley / X-Pac sometime. And so me and my other cousin, who was Stone Cold, was always tag team, and he would come up and betray me like every time. And I won the world title, and I would rock bottom his ass, and I'd jackknife powerbomb him. You know, I was a strong kid, so then my cousin would come up and put me in the ankle lock, and we had all types of crazy matches, like van matches where we had to get in the van and capture the championship, and so my arm actually got broken. So, you know, shout out to my cousin. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. This is when you grew up in the '90s. I appreciate it. Peace. And happy returns.